This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, Kurt, Impact continues on. We got another clip here from March 29th. It continues that story with you and Jeff. Let's take a look at it next up.
You want to know why I won't give Jeff Hardy a rematch at Lockdown? I'll tell you why. Because I hate crybabies. And Jeff Hardy's the biggest crybaby I know. He's a bigger crybaby than my 5-year-old son, Cody. I beat Jeff Hardy straight up at Victory Road. And he wants a rematch at Lockdown? Come on! But I'll tell you what, Jeff Hardy, I have an idea. Let's say you beat Ken Anderson in the middle of the ring tonight. I'll give you a rematch at Lockdown. I'll give you something else to cry about Lockdown. But if you lose, then the Kurt Angle bus is leaving the bus station for good, baby.
See Hardy there on the outside.
Hardy gonna try and regroup. Wait a minute! God.
What a low blow right there by Angle.
What a cheap shot by Angle from behind. First the low blow from behind, and then he runs Hardy's head into the post, unbeknownst to Anderson, unbeknownst to referee Earl Hebner. Anderson hits the mic check.
Shoots the half Nelson.
Here it is.
There's your
two. Anderson wins it.
Well, you can't blame Anderson. He just grabbed the victory. Like you said, unbeknownst. I don't think he realized, nor did the referee, that Kurt Angle got involved.
Kurt Angle's the big winner in this match, in addition to Mr. Anderson, because Kurt Angle, he now doesn't have to face Jeff Hardy at Lockdown.
There you go. Good old Shady Kurt up to his antics again. Well,
creating more heat.
So, and I know we touched on Ken Anderson and the fact that his face wasn't on the brand and everything. What were your overall thoughts, though, while we're here, while we're talking about it? What did you think of Ken Anderson as a performer?
Oh, I thought he was great, especially on the microphone. His in-ring skills were really good. He could back it up in the ring. So, I think he's one of the most talented wrestlers of his generation.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those guys, even in WWE when he was doing the whole Mr. Kennedy bit, and then he came and did Anderson. It was like he could get it done on the mic. He was solid enough in the ring, and it's just kind of what happened,
I don't know, because WWE was pushing the hell out of him.
They were.
When it started. I mean, his first 3 wins were against, I think, Booker T, Rey Mysterio, and another world champion. It was like back to back to back. It was like Vince McMahon was pushing the shit out of this kid. Yeah. And all of a sudden it stopped.
Yeah. Back in 2010, you guys came through to Reading, PA, local to me. And when I went to the TNA show, you were there. And but he was champ, and they did a whole thing where you could get your pictures with the champ in the ring, and he was the guy I got my picture with in the ring there at that show. I waved. Well,
it would have been with me, but I wasn't champion.
Yeah, and I waved at you, and you looked at me like, "What do you want, asshole?" So I just kept walking. I think you kind of knew we'd work together one day. So, but yeah, so there we go. We move on with Impact. Jeff Hardy challenges you finally, Kurt, to a match at Lockdown. And when you're in the ring with Jeff, you're going to be a part of some death-defying stuff, Kurt, because you can imagine you're going to be in a cage. There's going to be some shenanigans from the top of that cage. How are you feeling about this? Are you excited for this, being in a cage with the death-defying Jeff Hardy?
I was excited, and I was a little bit worried because I knew that Jeff was going to want to do some crazy shit. But I wanted to get in the cage with Jeff because I never did that before. And I knew, with his high flying stunts, that the match would be pretty incredible. So I was really excited to get in the cage, but I was also scared to death.
And you bring up a great point. He was a high flyer and he was going to do some stunts. You're a wrestling machine, but again, your styles blended very well. Jeff could wrestle
we
too.
had pretty good chemistry. Jeff wasn't just a high flyer. He was also a pretty good technician. And, when you needed him to jump for you, he would jump. So he was a great in-ring worker. Yeah.
Now, that's awesome.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.